Hello, I'm Ruby and welcome to another coaching video. After doing the first movement tutorial without weapons, I said I was gonna do a weapons tutorial, and after that a second movement video including the weapons movements, and that's the theme of today's video. All these movements are especially useful in touchdown game mode, because when you are the ball carrier, you run out of stamina, and you can do all these movements without needing stamina. So if you learn all these movements, you will be faster without stamina and make more touchdowns. So like always, let's start with basic things. How can you move in a straight line without stamina faster than walking? So there are two options. The first one is using a sword dash. This is faster than walking, and also you will damage or kill the enemies in front of you. You can also use the Scorpio Beep attack or melee attack that attack forward and then a retreat backwards. But to make it faster and better, you can rotate your camera to make the backwards retreat go to the same direction. This attack got nerfed, and in the past a full charged beep consumed half of the flux, so you could do two full charge beep attacks without reloading. Now it consumes more than half of the flux, so you have to reload after one full charge beep attack, but it still is being good because the Scorpio reload is very fast, so it still is worth to beep reload. Also, you have to know that the Durendal jump attack advances forward if you use it when you are moving forward. This is useful to finish some parkour combos that usually you can finish them with a dodge, but maybe you don't have the stamina to finish that parkour with a dodge, but you can do it with the little advance of the jump attack. Also, probably there's an enemy predicting that you are going to finish the jump on that position, trying to heavy slash you to push you back, and with this jump attack probably you hit him and you stop his heavy slash or even kill him. Like I said in the past movement video, we have the skill platform, which is a long dash that you can use forward, sideways or upward, and it's very nice to use it in the middle of wall jumps or parkour combination in general. For example, I like this parkour on City Square, to go from the bottom floor to that part on top of the map. Even if you don't reach it with the last platform, you can wall jump and dodge on the last platform, like I said in the other video. Also, remember that when you have the ball on touchdown, you cannot use your skills, so you can't platform, but you can use them exactly at the moment you take the ball. Very useful to gain distance without using stamina, saving it for the next movements. And now we are going to talk about one of the main movement mechanic that there's a big difference between the people that master this mechanic and people who does not. Yes, you guess it, we are gonna talk about comets. Comets are attacks with a forward movement, usually melee attacks, that you can do at the same time than jumping, making you be able to jump between platforms that with normal movement you cannot make that jumps without using stamina, doing a wall jump or just jumping and dodging. But using a comet makes you be able to jump between that platforms without needing stamina, which is very important when you are the ball carrier. I guess the name is comet because from the outside, watching someone doing a comet with a sword dash is similar than a space comet, we can say. So I guess the name is because of that, but I am not sure about this. In this game, a comet is easier than in S4 League because there you need the sword to dash and another weapon too, and here you don't need a second weapon. You can comet with a sword dash or with a Scorpio Beep attack. With the patch change, they have been changing the timings of how to do a comet with both sword and Scorpio, making sometimes the sword better or the Scorpio better to make comets. Right now, I think the Durendal is a little bit better, but you can still do it with both of them. In the actual patch, the timing is with the Durendal jumping exactly at the same time that you right click for do the dash, and with the Scorpio is a little bit harder because you have to jump after start charging it before you start the attack. Also, remember that if you are going to comet with the Scorpio Beep, remember to rotate your camera, because if you don't, you will fall even if you make the comet correctly. So after explaining all these mechanics, I'm going to show you some examples that are very useful and easy to understand of how to use them. I don't want this video to be best jumps or tricks of outer space, which is this map, but because all these tricks are better in touchdown, and this is the only map on touchdown right now, I think is the best map for these examples. I think the first time that we all play this map, we all have a common problem, which is where do we go when we have the ball? And we probably try to go to the bridge, but the enemy team break it. Because they break the bridge, we cannot cross to that part of the map. I cannot say left or right because it depends of the... I cannot say left or right because it depends of the side of the map. But I'm gonna call it long, okay? But it's not an official call. So you cannot jump too long because you don't have stamina to wall jump or to dodge. So when you don't know what to do, you probably go to that stairs. But that is not the best idea because the enemy team respawn very close to that section, so they will respawn and attack you very fast. And also there's a laser to reset the ball, so they will reset very fast. But if you know these movements, what you can do is even if they break the bridge, you can still go into that pillar, and there are two different ways to go to that place I call long. The easiest, but also easier for the enemies to kill you, is just jumping and using the advance of the Durendal jump attack. But it's very easy for the enemies to kill you if you do this way. So the other way, which is a little bit harder but better and faster, is doing a comet. Moving from the pillar to long is also hard to defend if the defenders are on the bottom part, because there's no bridge for them neither, and there's a wall protecting the attacker, so they will have to waste time making parkour with wall jumps or using the platform to go on top to defend your attack. Also, a very typical useful situation to do a comet is to go on top of this little wall that is around the touchdown, that is around the goal, making the way shorter and also harder for the defender to body block, because normally the defender will be on the middle of the way trying to body block your attack. But if you, instead of going around the wall, you jump and comet on top of it, it's gonna be faster and harder for them to defend. Now let's talk of a trick that is actually on the meta. I don't know how to say that expression in English, I'm sorry. Which at first was called Bakashin trick, and after that there's a Kyno's trick. The name is because of the two people who were the first to do these tricks. Bakashin was the first that in the first weeks of touchdown and outer space map, he started doing a trick which was going on top of this little roof on top of the touchdown, going with a wall jump, a comet, or with the jump attack, and then when he was already on top, he jumped down at the same time that he charged a Scorpio Beep attack and goes directly to the touchdown. This is very strong because of some points. First of all, normally when you defend, you are close to the touchdown trying to body block their attack, and because you are down there, you cannot shoot if an enemy goes on top of the roof. Probably you won't even know where the ball is. Even if you know it, you will not be able to shoot at it if you are not ready for it. The second point is that the bad thing about charging and Scorpio Beep attack is that enemies can kill you very easily while you are charging it. But Bakashin charged the Beep while he is in the air, making it very hard to kill him. And the very overpowered thing that got this trick nerfed was that in the past this attack was almost impossible to body block. So even if there are 5 defenders around the touchdown trying to just body block this attack, the Beep would go through all of them, and that was 100% touchdown. On this example of a very old clip in an old patch before this nerf, you can see how I touchdown with the Bakashin trick when defenders were ready to body block me. Let's go. El truquito de Bakashin. So after some Scorpio Beep nerfs, like the Flux one, they also nerfed that now it's easier to body block this attack. And after that nerf, this trick is worse. Because right now, if a defender just body block the attack, the same defender or the other defenders will be ready to instantly kill the ball carrier, making Bakashin very sad, with another nerf of the Beep attack and his trick. But then a Will Kyno appeared, and Kyno, with the same idea of the Bakashin trick, starts going to the top of that roof. But then, instead of using a Scorpio Beep attack, Kyno jumps down, and when he's below of the roof, Kyno used the advance of the Durendal jump attack to jump attack directly into the touchdown. Like, sometimes I don't have to use new trick. Yes, this is the Kyno trick. Better than Bakashin trick. Yes. I've never seen someone defending this jump attack yet. Of course, I've seen people killing the attacker while he's on the roof, or attackers missing the jump attack. But I've never seen someone stopping this Kyno streak when the attacker is ready for the jump attack. So I think it's unstoppable, at least in the actual patch. A detail is that you do the Bakashin streak falling in front of the goal, because if you try to do it from the side, there's a little wall around the touchdown that blocks the Beep attack. But for the Kyno streak, it's the opposite. You have to do it from the side because it's actually closer to the goal, and if you try to do it from the front, you will not reach the goal to touchdown. To stop it, you need to predict that someone is going to the top of the roof and try to get on top of it faster than him to kill him. But if you predict that and go on top of the roof and then the ball carrier doesn't go on top, you will not be able to shoot at him because there's a roof between you and him. He will touch down and then you will be with a face of what the fuck, I was completely useless on this defense. So the only way to actually predict this trick is knowing who used to do it and try to predict when they are doing it. And now, because we are a little community with a few people, we can probably predict better. But when there are more people and we don't know everybody's strategy, this will be even harder. I can tell you that if you master these tricks and the Comets, you are going to score a lot more touchdowns. I hope you understand all these movements and tricks. Remember, in this month, we will have the Steam release with new content like a new touchdown map and new weapons. So I think I'm not going to make any other long tutorial like this one until the Steam release. Of course, I will continue making shorts, uploading gameplays and doing streams, of course. After the Steam release, I will have to update some of the videos, like another weapon tutorial with the new weapons, probably another movement video with new movements, and of course, the change of the current weapons. Also, I want to make a best jumps and tricks of outer space, this map, and the same video for the new map. This is gonna be probably the most important patch of the game, so I'm very excited. Like in every video, I would like you to type in the chat the next time that you find me in game, this time the word sandia, which is watermelon. I teach you Comets, I teach you Spanish words, and all for free. If you do it, I will know you saw the video, and I will have a free smile because of it. So drop a like if you like the video, comment your opinion, subscribe for more coaching videos, and see you in the next video or in game.